Hi, BB40 back here with part 2 of my graduation map wall gun video. So I'm picking up where I kind of left off at the end of part 1. I just got the OSW off the wall and I brought it down and got it papped up. It becomes Sweet Sorrow. It's a pretty strong gun, holds a lot of ammo. You're looking at 30 rounds in the clip and 210 in reserve. This other gun here, the Mediator, is the one that's right next to the library where we do the training. The Sweet Sour here is closer to the power room, just outside the power room on the side where the speed caller is. So you can see they're both good strong guns. We're at round 18 and they're pretty much just taking the zombies down pretty easily. Now to recap some, I talked about my John Wick strategy, which basically, in my opinion, is a good strategy to use because it conserves ammo and gives you more headshots and helps you take the zombies down much quicker. John Wick strategy, basically, what we're talking about is you get close to the zombies, shoot them in the face, and back off. You get close to the gun. This is the gun we have right here in my hand right now. So now we're going to go on to continue with part 2. We're going to pick up the next gun over here on the wall. This gun here is the Abacon, the AN-94. And I kind of hung around this spot a little bit too long. This was almost a fatal mistake I made here. I shouldn't have stayed here and played around. I should have just gone back to the I should have ran as quick as I could back to the library where I could do some training, because I ended up getting almost taken down and stuck with all these zombies that were coming out here. And again, I still having trouble getting through them all. Managed to squeeze out of that tight spot, and again dodging, weaving in between the zombies, trying to lead them all back to the library where I could do some training and get them all in a line behind me where I can control them better. So here I am, made it back to the library. This is where I like to start off, in this part of the library right here. They just run around counterclockwise. And to recap the training strategy here, where you get the zombies in a train behind you, is you want to keep pulling them in. Pull them all the way in up to this balcony, all the way around the corner, pull them all the way over to the mule kick, pull them off to the side, try to get them in a line around behind you. You don't want any in front of you as you come around the corner, like this guy right here. You want to try to avoid that. And the best way to do it is to pull them in as far as you can before you run off to the next corner. So we're going to do this for a little bit until I finish off these zombies here. And then I got to go get the Abacon papped up. And we'll see what that gun does. The Abacon, I think, Abacon, whichever way you want to pronounce it. It's just the AN-94. We'll call it the AN-94. It's actually, it holds more ammo than any other wall gun. When you get it papped up, it has 30 rounds in the clip and 270 in reserve. This gun right here. And it turns into Anesthesia, which is kind of an interesting name. So that's what it becomes, Anesthesia. And like I said, this gun has more ammo than any other gun you can get off the walls. And it's pretty strong, probably one of the strongest guns. And the reason it's strong, I found, is that it's not a automatic machine gun, per se. It's more of a semi-automatic. You have to keep hitting the trigger. But every time you pull the trigger, every time you click on it, it fires a burst of 2 shots. And you notice how the ammo goes down. If you look at the ammo count, it's always an even number. Always. It's always a burst of 2 bullets. So that's what gives it its strength. And it takes down the zombies pretty good, pretty handily here. But it is kind of inconvenient that it's not automatic like the other machine guns. We can, fire a large burst of bullets all at once, which makes it a little more difficult to operate and handle because you have to keep clicking on the mouse quickly in order to get a lot of shots out of that gun. But overall, it's a good gun, I think. That's one of my favorites. It's like I said, it's strong, holds the most ammo out of any other wall gun, and fires those bursts of 2 bullets at a time, which gives it strength and takes the zombies down quicker. Now this little guy here is the next gun, the 45. It's another one that I really like. I mentioned it in other videos before. Actually, when I did a training video, I mentioned it because part of the training, creating a train of zombies, is not only just having them run around in a loop here in the library, but you get to drag them all the way around the map behind you. So every time you want to go for a run around the map and just drag the zombies behind you, you can reload this gun as you go through the bathroom. So now I'm going to pap it up, my little UMP-45, and this thing turns into Undying Wish. Another kind of cool name for a gun. Yeah, I like the names that they pick for some of these guns. So now they got it papped up. We take out these last zombies. I think I go up and I'm going to go get... I got to get the mule kick because I want to get this gun right here, the KDRB, but I don't want to lose the 2 guns that I have right now because they're both strong. I get this guy here. That's the Anesthesia, AN-94. Got that one, and I got my UMP-45, or the Undying Wish. So I want to get a 3rd gun. I want to get the next gun in line there, the KERB. I'm sorry, it's the KEDRB. I want to get that one next, but I want to put it in slot number 3. So when you get the mule kick, there's the other tape right there. I grabbed the tape in part 1, the other tape. And those 2 tapes are like an Easter egg. It turned out a song in the middle of the game. If you collect both tapes, the song starts. So anyway, getting back to the mule kick, it gives you a slot for a 3rd gun. So I can now go grab this other gun off the wall, the KERDB, and you see as I switch to my guns, I still got my other 2 guns, and this guy's in slot number 3. So being in high rounds, I'm around 20 now. I want to have the firepower. I want to have the 3 guns to help me get through the rounds. So we can check this little guy out. He's kind of a cool little gun. He's got a silencer on the end, so he almost sounds like a little BB gun or something. He doesn't make a whole lot of sound. So we take out this last zombie. I forget if I'm going to stay. No, I'm going to go up and take it upstairs and do some training. It's just when you get to higher rounds, this is just the safest place to be, especially if you're by yourself, you're going solo like I did here. You want to be able to train the zombies. You want to be in control of the zombies and not have the zombies controlling you. You want to be able to get them in a train behind you and keep them together, keep them bunched up, and keep them under control. Now already they're starting to come from all directions, so I'm just going to start running the loop. And you run counterclockwise, like I was saying. Pull them all the way in, as far as you can. Get them all the way around the corner. And get them in a train, gathering up behind you. And yeah, the toughest part right there is just trying to weave through the ones that are coming up the stairs or coming around the corner. Because sometimes a lot of them show up, and you gotta find that hole quick. You gotta think quick. You gotta use your instincts and react quickly to get through those zombies. So there I didn't bring them back far enough, and they ended up coming through my entrance. They're coming out they're exiting out my entrance and getting in my way. So stay as far away to the right, pull them in as far as you can. Go around this corner near the mule kick. You saw the mule kick there. Try to pull them in there. And that way you don't have any in front of you as you come around the corner and try to run the loop. So those guys, I still didn't pull them in far enough. You know, I'm cutting down on the numbers. I'm taking them out pretty good. This little gun here is actually pretty strong. Even though it doesn't really hold a lot of ammo. It holds 30 in the clip and 210 in reserve when you get it papped up. And it had a cool name also. It's called Cold Blood. When you get it papped up, the name turns to Cold Blood. A cold-blooded gun. Now I'm just pulling out my UMP-45, my Undying Wish here. I'm going to finish off the rest of the zombies with this guy. I got one left, I think. Yeah, I just take them out. So now the only guns left are the other guns that are downstairs where we spawn in. So instead of running the loop around, I'm just going to go downstairs and grab the next one off the wall, which is I'm going to take that little 2-barrel shotgun. the Ranger. I'm going to grab that guy and get him papped up. I'm going to trade in my little BB gun there. And I'm not going to pap it up right away because the zombies are already coming, and I don't want to turn my back and be kind of defenseless. If I get too many zombies in, I won't be able to grab it out of the pap machine and I'll lose it. So I'm going to go through this round quick and try to get all these zombies taken out, and then I'm going to pap up that shotgun. Now the shotgun is an odd thing because it's only a 2-barrel, and when you first buy it off the wall, it has only, like 2 rounds in the chamber. It's a 2-barrel shotgun with only 38 in reserve, so it's only a total of 40 rounds. But it has the biggest change of any gun when you get it papped up, because when you pap it, you end up with 10 rounds, or 5 rounds in each chamber, with a total of 180 in reserve. So it ends up being a really good gun as far as the amount of ammo and its strength. But the thing that I had trouble with, and I need to practice it more, is the kick on this gun, the recoil. Oh my gosh. When you first fire it, it just pops up in the air. So you gotta concentrate on controlling the aim on this gun and trying to keep it down. I had to just reload my UMP45. I was getting really low on ammo. So you have to learn to control the aim on this gun because it always pops up high when you fire it. So a lot of the times, if you're not careful, a lot of your shots are going to end up shooting at the ceiling. Go right over the zombies' heads. But I'm going to run this this training here, this particular round, with the little shotgun. I'm going to pull it out and test it out and see how it does. And you'll see what I mean when I start firing it, how it just tends to want to pop up. So here we're going to get it going. You see 5 shots out of one chamber. And then another 5 shots out of the other chamber. And then you got to reload. Which is, fairly quick. It's like popping 2 shotgun shells in. And you see how the kick is just really strong. It keeps popping it up. So you got to keep an eye on where you're aiming and try to keep your aim down. It's kind of like if you've ever fired the, what I call the bazooka, the RPG bazooka. Man, you fire one round of that and you're just like, you're like blinded from it and you're staring at the ceiling. So with the bazooka, I highly recommend zooming in through the scope, where you just right click on your mouse, and that tends to tame down the recoil and the kick on the bazooka. But this guy, when you're training, you can't scope. You can't zoom in on your scope because it really slows you down. It'll just get you killed. But you see, this gun is very strong. It's great for training if you can get the hang of it. I mean, you can take out, as you see, you take out a lot of zombies with each shot. I mean, it's a burst of 5 shots, and you see how they went up to the ceiling again. I just still having trouble controlling this thing. I need a lot of practice with it. So now the only thing that's left downstairs is the 2 rifles. You got the SKS and the M14. So I'm going to trade this little bad boy in for one of those rifles and see how the rifles do. Now one thing I noticed, I want to point it out in advance here, is these rifles are more single shot. And to go in to get the effects out of it, I'm going to do the SKS first right here. In order to get the maximum effect out of it, is you have to click your mouse really quick and try to rapid fire them. Because it turns out that when you rapid fire these, pretty much most of the guns, the machine guns you don't notice it because the machine guns are automatically rapid fire. But the single shotguns, like this rifle, if you fire it quickly, it kind of multiplies the strength of your bullets, of your shots. And you can take down multiple zombies in a row. If you've got a group of zombies coming at you, and you rapid fire the weapon really fast several times, you do a lot more damage on those zombies rather than a single shot, one shot and then another shot and then another shot. You want to go boom, boom, boom really quick to take out the zombies faster and give it more power. And you'll see that. I tried it a couple times here. You'll see what I mean. So anyway, I got my AN-94, the Anesthesia, and I got my UMP45, the Undying Wish, 2 of my personal favorite guns off the walls. The ones that I've gotten used to. And again, this is the Anesthesia. You see how it fires, again, double bursts, 2 bullets at a time, so it's strong. It'll take the zombies down pretty quick. And pretty effectively if you can get them close and get the headshots in. So I mentioned again, in case you didn't catch it at the beginning, I was talking about my John Wick strategy. I call it John Wick strategy because it's just basically what he does in his movies. He gets right up on the bad guys and shoots them in the face, basically. He gets close range and kills them close range, kills his enemies close range. And that's what I recommend, personally. It works really well for me. With any of these guns, any guns that you have, is to get close to the zombies. You get right up in their face and shoot them. It takes less ammo, and your shots are stronger since you're closer, and they're more effective, and you get more damage out of your bullets when you hit the zombies up close. And here when you're training, that's very difficult to do. So it takes a lot of practice and a lot of knowledge of the map. You have to know where you are and what's around you without being able to see it, because you have to turn and fire, so you have to know what's behind you all the time. So this training definitely takes a lot of practice. Especially to be able to run backwards, know where you are, and then shoot the zombies in the face. It's very, very hard. But I'm managing to get them here and there. So yeah, can't stress it enough that it's really very useful and helpful to be able to do the John Wick strategy. You get up close to the zombies. You pull up to them, shoot them in the face, and back off. Shoot them and back off, shoot them and back off. But you got to get close. You get close to conserve ammo. And you know, if you've been in this game at high rounds before, you know how easily you run out of ammo. So now I just got too many in this train. I'm just going to train them all the way around through the building. I'm just going to run behind me and go through the whole building just in a big loop. And anybody that happens to show up in front of me, I'll just take them out. Now, I'm in the higher I guess maybe I ran that loop several times in the library doing the training, so I probably killed a lot of the zombies already. But if you kill zombies as you're running around here, then others will respawn in front of you. So you got to be careful how many you kill. You want to control the number of zombies. You don't want to be shooting too many. Otherwise, you could get overwhelmed as you're running through the building. So I'm going to show you how this rifle works. And you watch. I did a couple slow shots there. I took 3 shots to take that zombie down. You see the multiple shots? How many zombies I'm taking down? Multiple shots just wipes the zombies out. Look at all the dead zombies. And this is a single shot rifle. You have to keep clicking the button. But it becomes very strong if you turn it into rapid fire. So now I'm going to grab the other gun, the M14. This is the last one in the game. I'm going to give that a try. I'm going to get it papped up. I'm going to finish off these last zombies. I'm going to go upstairs and make sure I got everybody. I also do another loop through the building and check all the walls. See where if I missed any other gun that I maybe forgot or didn't realize it was there. And looking over at all the walls, I think I pretty much got everything that's in the game. And if you do hear some scraping and noises in the background, my landlord here in my apartment hired some people to come in and lay down some gravel out in the driveway. So unfortunately, you should just ignore that background noise. So anyway, I'm going to go get this guy papped up. I went through, looked at all the walls. I didn't see any other guns. If I did miss one, you could point it out to me in the comments. I'll go back and check it out sometime. There may be one in the back alley or back room that I just didn't notice. Now this guy here, the M14, is actually a rapid fire rifle. It almost kind of turns into a machine gun. And that gives it some strength, as I was talking about. The SKS, you simply had to click your mouse button really quick to get the rapid fire, and you saw how it took those zombies down in the hallway. A lot of zombies it took down with just a few shots. You say this guy here is like an auto rifle, automatic. So I'm going to wait. I'm not going to grab that bomb until the zombies start coming out. I'm going to use it to get the most out of it, the most bang for my buck here. I'm going to wait till the zombies start attacking me before I hit that nuke. And a lot of perks you want to do that. If you get a 2x that comes up between rounds, just let it sit there till the zombies start coming, or insta-kill, just wait till the zombies start coming, so you can get the most amount of time out of it. You see how this guy fires? So I did some really slow single fire there. That's why I didn't take that zombie down very much. I was kind of tapping the mouse button. I wasn't holding it down. But I don't trust it. And a high round like this, I don't think it's that great of a gun, so I'm not going to use it very much. I was just kind of testing it out there, and it didn't really do very well as far as I'm concerned. So the rifles at high rounds are not recommended. Even though they do have some strength to them if you use them right. I guess maybe it's going to take some practice to be able to learn how to use those rifles properly. And they did seem to reload really quick with the speed cola, so they did well as far as reloading. And looking at the data though, the SKS, it has 16 rounds in the clip and 192 in reserve, where the M14 will have 20 rounds in the clip and 200 in reserve when you get these guns papped up. So I think, you know, they're comparable as far as the amount of ammo that you have. I mean, my M45 that I'm using right now, it has 40 rounds in the chamber and only 200 in reserve, so a total of 240 rounds. Now here, insta-kill. Look at piles of dead zombies. Insta-kills are fun things to get. It's a shame they don't last all that long. So it's pretty much got a burst of all the different perks you could possibly get there. I had the Carpenter, insta-kill, the ammo box, and I forget what else showed up in there, but yeah, I got insta-kill, so now I can use the knife to take out zombies and insta-kill. Even though it's round 25, just one stab takes them down. And again, the knife comes out when you hit the letter V. So now, we're at the end of round 25. It's going to be the end of the round pretty much. I'm just going to go grab the tape, the other tape, turn the music on, do some training and some killing, and that'll be the end of this video. Because I got all the guns, and the other tape's over here on the bench behind the speed cola. It's just sitting right here. You have to watch my part 1 video, and you'll see where the first tape is. It's over by the double tap cola in that little classroom on the side there. It's in the corner on the little table. So this is the last round. I just got to see all the guns. I got to test them all out. Overall, I'd say again, I like the AN-94 Abacan. That's near the power room, over at the corner, near a window. And it holds the most ammo. It has 30 rounds in the clip and 270 in reserve. And it turns into Anesthesia when you get it papped up. So it's a good gun. It fires these bursts of 2 rounds at a time. 2 shots per burst every time you pull the trigger. But what I don't like about it here, as I was saying when you're doing training like this, is that it's not automatic. It's a semi-automatic. You have to keep hitting the button. You have to keep hitting your mouse button to fire it. And that's really a disadvantage when it comes to training. The machine gun works much better. You want to be able to unload a whole clip into these guys and take a lot of them out at once instead of just one or two at a time, you know. But it does reload pretty quick. So now I got all these zombies up. I'm going to go for a little run. So anyway, this is pretty much the end of the video. I hope you like it, and appreciate if you leave any comments that you may have concerning these wall guns. And check out part 1. This part 1 goes through all the guns on the one side of the building. This covered all the guns on the other side of the building. So taking a loop through, dragging all the zombies around behind me. And again, this is pretty much it. Gonna enjoy the song a little bit. And gonna do some zombie killing. Now, I recommend if you get a train behind you, bring them all the way over to this room before you kill any. And I'll show you why. You want to kill a few. Don't kill all of them. Just kill just a few of them, like a handful, and then run up the stairs. Because every time you kill zombies, you see, it generates another spawn. And I almost got myself trapped from the zombies that spawned upstairs. So remember that if you run the loop all the way through the building, only kill a couple coming up the stairs. And then run up the stairs and get upstairs in the library before they overtake you. So anyway, I hope you liked the video. Appreciate it if you leave a thumbs up or any comments that you might have, and share with your friends. Bye.